All right. Good evening. It is 6 p.m. on March 8th, 2023. I call the Board of Trustees meeting to order. Can we get roll call, please?
Absolutely. Trustee King,
Present.
trustee McNutt. Here. Trustee Bradlow.
Here.
Trustee Thurman. Here. And Supervisor Hess.
Here.
There's a quorum present. Also present are Highway Commissioner Smith and Assessor Richard Beck.
Pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, next we have approval of the agenda. Does anyone have any requests for the order of the agenda or anything to add? Hearing none, agenda set. Public comment, no members of the public. No presentations, so into reports, supervisors report. Just a couple of things. Reminder that our shred event is on May 13th at the YMCA in conjunction with Sycamore Township. Recycling event is June 10th, also in conjunction with Sycamore Township, location we're still working on. Since the last meeting, I had an opportunity to meet with the Portland Township Supervisor and just talk about ways that we could potentially collaborate together. So they may be joining us for some like our shred event and recycling events and so forth. Their meeting is tonight, so she was going to talk to her board about that. There was another meeting with the DeKalb County Community Foundation for the family that left money to the Community Foundation with the intent of it being used for healthcare and housing, specifically for DeKalb Township. And so there's discussions going on how to best utilize that money because it's not a huge sum. I still don't know what it is, but I'm thinking it's a couple $100,000 for each purpose. And so the healthcare discussion involved some of the same players as the original meeting, the health department, the fire department. This time the director of emergency services for Kishwaukee Hospital was there, as well as some of the other administrative people for Kishwaukee Hospital. And so we're just kind of all getting acquainted with agencies and where they're struggling to meet their needs. One of the interesting topics that keeps coming up is the calls for the fire department's ambulances for non-emergency related things like headache and toothache and falls. And so that is taking them away from some other emergency situations. So that keeps coming up in conversation, and maybe there's a way we can help those individuals who
are they going to those calls?
they have to.
You gotta go to everything.
Really? I made a call, well, maybe it's different at the university.
They're calling 911.
Oh, yeah, we called the non-emergency.
Yeah, they call
Maybe
911 and
it's
ask an
I
ambulance.
think we see Cortland ambulance go by here a lot. I think they're helping out DeKalb.
Yeah, they do help. And so, yeah, it's been an interesting learning experience. So I'll continue to report on those as they happen. But right now, it's just learning about what healthcare needs are struggling to be met. And then I had an opportunity to meet the new executive director of Kishwaukee United Way, Randy Bordages, who's the Afton Township Supervisor, happened to be here. So the three of us met and look forward to meeting with her. As you know, we have funded the 211 call center for, I think it's been several years now. And what we're finding out is that it's not a real well-known resource in the community. And so that's one of the things that we're hoping that we can partner with the United Way to, for the individuals who are calling 911 when they don't have an emergency, maybe they can call 211 instead, find some alternative resources in the community. And then we had our new employee start last Friday for the administrative position. She's gonna kind of ease into the position. She's a business owner in the community. And so she has to transition out of that and close it down. So she's gonna be working on a part-time basis from now until June. And then we have interim help for the days that she's not gonna be here. She is bilingual, so we're looking forward to being able to serve more of our Spanish-speaking residents. And she she'll be a conduit to the Hispanic community, so we can make sure that more of our residents are aware of township services.
Her name is Kim, what's the last name?
Barrios,
Barrios.
and she's also a graduate of Leadership Academy, so and involved in different organizations in the community. So I think she's going to be a great fit and get us up and running with some things. And then just wanted to touch on some of the emails that I sent out. First of all, today I received in the mail my statement of economic interest. I don't know if the rest of you have. So just a reminder, those are, no?
Yeah.
Okay. Those are due, I think it's May 1st. So if you want to bring them to the April meeting completed, then we can send them all together.
I actually mailed mine today.
Oh, you did? Well, how efficient are you? So if you do send yours on your own, then just let me know and we'll take care of it then. I emailed you all about the taxing summit that's tomorrow if anyone wants to join. That's at 4 o'clock at the police station. Metro Township Association Lobby Day is March 29th and TOI Lobby Day is April 26th. And so you get emails about all those. And then in front of you, this came from the county community development. You may have heard on the news that the state passed some legislation that says counties and municipalities no longer have discretion over whether or not they can allow solar farms, that the state will make those decisions. And so this is a public hearing notice where they're going to be establishing some ordinances that are related to that new legislation, and that they're asking members of the public to attend if you're able to. Any questions about any of that?
For the shred event, what times is it?
9 to 11.
May 13th, you said?
And then, are you guys still collecting the phones and glasses and all that?
Yeah, I have to reach out to the Lions Foundation to make
Otherwise,
sure
we
that they
drop
can
them
be
off
there.
there.
That's correct.
And it's at the YMCA?
Yes. Any other questions? Clerk,
No report.
Building Commissioner?
My budget's online. I got received today to the clerk, so it's on our website. You guys want to review it? And hopefully it'll be on the agenda for month are we in April, I'm sorry, so expenditures, you're gonna see some large expenditures that just came out of the building and equipment fund. We're doing some down payments on some equipment that'll be received, everything's out here, but so you will see some large expenditures out of there, including another new truck that got purchased. That'll be a 24. It won't even start build until April of 24. So
When will delivery be on it?
I won't see that truck until probably November of 24. So once the cabin chassis and to be if by giving installment payments, it keeps the surcharges down as the truck getting manufactured. So I haven't even received the one I ordered a year ago. I'm waiting on that one right now. So yeah, this will be over a year before it even the company that builds from the cabin chassis to the actual plow truck would start on it in April of 24. The projected start date. So, that's it. It was also So a year ago, our truck purchase was $294,000. It went up, exact same truck, to $327,000. Nothing changed, it's just that's the market we're in.
$31,000 market.
Yeah, it means a 10% increase.
Right, in 12 months, yeah. The truck that was replaced 10 years ago was a little over 208,000. So that's the game we're playing. So, and it's also helps us by ordering. I don't take in that much money to pay for that truck in one budget cycle. So it will actually work out to be out of 3 budget cycles to be able to pay for it. So the AED, we did the training here. The firemen come down and trained us. I think everyone was here. From all 3 departments.
Yep.
So the machine's hung. It is not the permanent machine here that we purchased. It's a lender, and I think it worked out well that it is not the same model. You know, the fireman explained that, you know, it's actually nice that you're getting to see different types of models. They basically all do the same thing.
And they all give good instruction.
Right, yeah,
If you're trained on one model and then something happens when you're at a restaurant, they'll have a different model.
and I think he made a very good point, you know, if you're in airport or from the library, or it doesn't matter what model it is,
Yeah.
use it, you know, and so I thought that was a very valuable point. And I think that's all I got.
Any questions? Assessor?
I don't actually have a whole lot. The one thing I typically don't do this, but March 19th. At the Moose Club, the DeKalb baseball program is having a fundraiser. $10, all you can eat breakfast from 7:30 to 11.
And what group is this?
It's DeKalb baseball.
Is that like with the high school or just the high school?
It's the whole program. That's it.
Trustees report, trustee Bradlow?
I was actually gonna say the middle schoolers are putting on Frozen, next weekend, Friday, the 17th, the 19th, and 17th, 18th, and 19th. And then they're also going to, or the acapella group's going to nationals the following weekend, so,
I saw that.
Is that Clinton Road? Is
Outstanding.
that where it's gonna be?
and Huntley. Yeah, the acapella
High
group
school?
is both.
The Frozen, I'm sorry.
The Frozen's at Huntley Middle School, 7 PM on Friday and Saturday, and 2 on Sunday.
Wait, the acapella group is the high school group or is it middle schoolers?
The high school has one, but the middle schoolers are between both of the middle schools.
And they're the one that won nationals?
They're going
Going
to
Nationals.
the last weekend
I
of
thought it was the
March.
high school.
They did too. They did last.
Oh,
week.
okay.
This past weekend.
Okay,
That's cool.
awesome.
Yeah, they're very talented.
Strong music program.
That's my grandson's favorite. It's Frozen, so I might take it.
And that's Friday, Frozen.
Next Friday and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday and Saturday are 7 PM, and then Sunday's 2 PM. At Huntley Middle School.
Anything else? Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Trustee King?
Nothing, actually, other than, I got kind of a runny nose, that's why I got on my mask, I've been not masking. Yeah, well, I think it's allergies, but I've been seeing people all week.
Thank you for the mask.
You're welcome, yeah, because you know they're going home, I guess I do have a brief one. The students are going home next week, so it's spring break, so most of them will be gone, so whatever that means for people that live in the town. I've had it. And that saves me the interaction. Cause who wants to run your nose? You can't distinguish when they're coughing and sniffling and tired and all of those things that happen right before break, so.
All right. Trustee McMahon?
No report.
Trustee Thurman?
No report.
All right, moving on to bill paying. Can I get a motion to approve the February audit report in the amount of $286,621.89? That's combined. and the March bills to pay in the amount of $43,376.08 again combined.
So move.
Second.
That's all.
Discussion?
I got a question, I'm not sure.
Sure. Oh, I do want to point out. Numbers are the pages are all numbered now.
Oh,
Figured out how to do that, so. You can now tell us what pages your question is
10
on.
years, I would like.
Yep,
congrats.
That's
Good.
really nice.
and next time I'll remember to
Congratulations.
make the double site.
Oh, yeah, we did talk. So we'll have it.
I have my finger on the page and I have to write it on. Oh, okay, I think page 4. It just says the standard, I don't, what is the standard?
The standard is our vision insurance.
Oh. Okay,
That's one that's on there every month.
I got another question, I asked a lot of questions, have other people already asked these questions? Like others, have you all asked Dale and?
Oh, no, you know, I usually try to view it beforehand and then, and sometimes I answer my own questions by looking at, and I had this particular one before, but on the right side it says vision. And that's why I was like, oh, that must be the vision insurance.
Yeah.
All right, column.
Oh, okay, I didn't.
Yeah, I just try to, I don't know.
Can't remember everything.
Yeah, true that.
Well, I was just curious, cause I know I often ask a lot and I thought, well, maybe other people ask, you know, maybe I'm the slow one in the group.
Yeah, no, trust me.
I have a question, I ask it.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
all right.
always better to ask.
Well, you know, I'm gonna ask, so I was just
agree.
curious.
I agree.
Hey,
All right,
Did you have another one?
not right now, no.
Oh, okay.
No,
All right.
no.
So-
Right now, I'm trying to come back to the reality of adults. I've been dealing with young adults. Always intensively. So, trust me, I don't have any questions.
All right, if there aren't any other questions on those two reports. Then roll call please.
All right, trustee Redlow,
Yes.
trustee Thurman,
yes.
trustee McNutt,
Yes.
trustee King,
Yes.
supervisor Hess.
Yes,
5 ayes and 0 nays, the motion passes.
all right. And then next is, can I get a motion to receive, file and approve the treasurer's February budget report?
So move.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Trustee McNutt,
Yes.
trustee Bradlow,
Yes.
trustee King,
Yes.
trustee Thurman,
Yes.
and supervisor Hess.
Yes.
5 ayes and 0 nays, the motion again passes.
All right, moving on to unfinished business. Intergovernmental agreement between DeKalb Township and DeKalb Township Road District for use of property. We don't have one to present tonight, but
I think we're very, very close. It'll probably be May because of the shortness of the April meeting. We have to get the annual meeting. But I'm pretty confident that we should be voting on that, or you all will be voting on that.
And I've had, and it's probably my fault this time, because I did get both of your emails, I didn't even respond to them yet. I was kind of home flu with a fine tooth comb and then got the stomach flu.
Yeah.
So I didn't get a chance to look.
At least she wore the mask tonight.
Yeah.
I'm over it now, though, yeah. Like, I had 20 seconds to spare.
okay, all right, so moving on to new business. Can I get a motion to approve resolution 2023-005T, which is approving the IGA with DeKalb Township Road District for maintenance of Oakwood and Evergreen cemeteries and Bush Reserve.
I'll second.
All right, discussion, just review, so this was, this particular IGA was passed in October of 2022. The former IGA hadn't been updated in a few years, and so we took time to update it to reflect work that's being done and so forth. And so nothing has changed from the one that was passed in October of 2022. It's just that it had an expiration date of March 31st, 2023. So that's why we need to
It'll be an annual thing.
It's good to read here. So. Any questions about that? IGA? Comments? Good, hearing none. Roll call please.
Right, trustee King,
Yes.
trustee Bradlow,
Yes.
trustee Thorman. Yes. Trustee McNutt
Yes.
and supervisor Hess.
Yes.
5 ayes and 0 nays, the motion passes.
Item B, approval of expenditure for COI grant request from Passion Pursuit Inc. So can I get a motion to bring it to the floor, the approval of this expenditure?
I will.
MSA, Ed and Brad. Up for you. So discussion, this is a grant application that comes from the person who does my job coaching services. I think it's really exciting that this is something that they're offering at the high school. It's on money management and it's in the narrative, it says it's a 6-week course, but it's 6 sessions done over 3 weeks. I did some follow-up on today, so I could provide you with the most recent information. It started on Monday. There's 20 students participating, 3 parents there. And so hopefully at the end of the 6 sessions, there'll still be 20 students. But it's, basically on financial literacy, management strategies, all things to help have a good quality of life when they're out of high school, preparing them for adulthood. There in the narrative, there is data that is included about how this has been known to help individuals. This is one of the things that here is the caseworkers in our financial assistance programs. This is something we would like to do with the people who come through our doors, because what we're finding out is that sometimes it's through lack of effective money management skills that people find themselves not able to pay their rent or their utilities. And so we've been talking to a few organizations about how we might be able to do that. So it's great to see that it's being offered at the high school, and the curriculum that they're using was actually developed by someone who lives in Sycamore, and it's used at school districts and other organizations, and they go into businesses and work with employees, and so it's kind of used throughout the state, and it's right homegrown. So I intend to get some data when the 6 sessions are over, so for the next meeting, just kind of report back on see if 20 students made it through to the end. So
And the 3 parents, really.
yeah.
Yeah, I have a question.
Mhm.
Is it possible for us to change the 6 weeks to 6 sessions? I mean, I know you said it's 6 sessions and not 6 weeks, but it says 6 weeks here. Was it possible to?
Well, yeah, on the paperwork that gets filed in our
Yeah.
first, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, we can do that.
Yeah. And if this is the official, a copy of the official,
Application.
yeah.
And those grants are 5,000?
No, $750.
$750.
Is what she's requesting.
That's the max, right?
Yeah.
That's, we upped it from 5 to 7.
I just would, somebody looking at this to think quickly, and it's really not.
Yeah,
That was just like a error.
well, it was originally gonna be 6 weeks, and then they decided to condense it to try to keep involvement.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions? Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Bradlow,
Yes.
trustee Thurman,
Yes.
trustee King,
Yes,
trustee McNutt,
Yes.
and supervisor Hess.
Yes.
5 ayes and 0 nays, the motion passes.
All right, I will notify Benito that that was approved. Item C, discussion of decennial committees on Local Government Efficiency Act. And there's the number. So there's information in your board packet about that, obviously. We're getting, we're close to the time of the 1 year mark where we have to hold our first meeting. The information that's in your packet comes from the TOI website. They have puts, sharing some information with other townships on kind of how to go about it, organizing the meetings and so forth. So just as a reminder, it's this law was passed last June. And what it is it's a requirement that we have to study the efficiencies of the township, both the township side and the road district side. And in order to do that, we have to form a committee that has to meet for the first time before June 10th of 2023. The committee has to consist of the supervisor and the trustees, and then 2 township residents appointed by the supervisor. And it was more recently, I believe in January, that legislation was passed that originally it was defined that the township had to have a committee and issue a report, and the road district had to have a committee and issue a report. Now with this legislation that passed in January, they're allowing for the township and the road district to combine their efforts and have one committee that serves both. But 2 different reports have to be created. So Craig and I discussed it and have agreed that it makes most sense to combine our efforts and just have one committee.
And more of a time as well, not to have 2 meetings.
I like that idea.
It's efficient.
Good idea.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. So then by combining it, I would appoint 2 members of the community to be part of the committee, and then Craig would appoint 1. Those are minimum. We can always appoint more. So essentially what needs to happen at the committee meetings is that we have to summarize work and findings within a written report, which shall include recommendations in respect to increased accountability and efficiency. And then we give this report to the county board. And so they're going to read 19 reports from 19 townships, and
If they do,
I don't know what they do with that information.
they have no duty to do anything.
So we have 18 months from the time we have our first meeting as a committee. We then have 18 months to work on the study and issue the report to the county board. So it'll probably take place over 18 months and not much sooner.
We have to have at least 3 meetings in the.
We do have to have at least 3 meetings, yep. And so and the first one has to be before June 10th. So
This is only once every 10 years.
correct. So we'll see.
I saw we can do them after our regular meetings. Or can it be combined?
It can be combined, it can be separate. And so I'm happy to report I have found 2 individuals who are willing to serve on this committee for the supervisors end. So I included a little bio of one of them because the second one just happened today. So Dr. Kurt Thurmeyer is a professor at NIU. He works in public administration and his specialty is townships. So he often presents at the Metro Township Association annual a workshop, but they have some other name for it.
is that in here? I'm sorry.
Yep, it's on page 66.
Oh, okay.
And so he, and through Metro a couple of years ago, or I think it was 2 years ago, they sent out a survey to townships in conjunction with TOI to collect a lot of information. And so that kind of came from his He chaired that, and I think there's a doc student who's working on compiling that data, and it's getting presented, I thought they were gonna present at the fall conference, but they ended up not being there. So anyway, I just thought with him having a specialty in townships, this would be a good experience for him to be able to take back. And then our other person that's going to serve is Ellingsworth Webb. He is a county board member. And there's nothing in your packet about him. This just happened this afternoon. He's the county board member for District 9D, covers 9 precincts. If you don't know Ellingsworth, he's pretty involved in the community. We do actually work with him in our general emergency assistance programs, as he's the property manager for Garden Estate Townhomes in Eden's Garden. So he refers a lot of individuals to us for assistance. He also serves on DeKalb County Community Gardens. Opportunity DeKalb was part of the Belonging Initiative. Previously was on the board of directors for DeKalb County YSB. So I think he's going to come to us wearing a lot of hats when we're talking about how we can be involved in the community, but we might have some suggestions.
He's also a former member of the HR.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Former, yeah.
So it's kind of a relief to have that out of the way.
I have not even attempted to reach out. I know, and not reading the law myself, I know in some trainings that we did the fall conference, they thought, you know, and Mary's done a very good job of finding people. For me, it's more like a civil engineer or someone that know roads, so you know, or someone of that nature, or someone similar position of a community who's willing to do it. So yeah. But I will have that hopefully by next week. And the timeline, that was my only question. Is this gonna, well, or if we're all gonna do it, I don't think it'll be a daytime.
It's,
So it'll
yeah,
be an evening
evening.
or something. So
Yeah,
I'm assuming it could be virtual too, which might make.
I think they can participate by Zoom. Or anyone can participate by Zoom, yeah,
That might make it a little bit easier.
yeah, in the evenings. Dr. Thameyer is actually going on sabbatical and he's gonna be out of the country for a couple months, and so he's gonna try to avoid scheduling meetings during that time. But once we have that first meeting, which, you know, we kind of set the direction of how we're gonna proceed, you know, then we got 2 more meetings after that.
And so since we combine the two and you find 2 more, we have a basis covered with 2 people, even if something happens with 1 person, right?
We have to have 3
a
community
total of 3
members.
community other than yourselves.
I thought it was a total of 2 communities.
2 appointed by the supervisor, 1 appointed by the highway commissioner.
Oh, no, and that's what I'm saying. Should we have an alternate? I guess that's what I'm saying, just in case something happens. Would it be, because this says at least 2, I'm gonna say, if we pick 2 and something happens, will that derail our efforts?
Well, the decisions for picking the people are between myself and Mary. Mary gets 2, I get 1. I know, like, for instance, Rich could be.
Right.
It is clear, you know, that we could ask Rich to, like, I could ask Rich, you know, for instance, or put him in if he's willing, as a alternate.
Yeah, that's why I'm just to have a basis covered, so if somebody has to drop out, I don't know, the law doesn't cover it. If those people have to be the same people throughout the entire process.
It does say for meetings, at least a majority of the members of the committee are present at the committee's meetings. So if 1 person's absent, we'll still have a majority. So, I mean, I don't think we need to be real concerned about that. It's a good idea, but like, I don't think it'll derail our meetings if 1 person can attend. So, any questions or comments about the decennial? Yeah.
Nothing I should say right now.
So, we'll look to get that scheduled, coordinate calendars. And, all right. So next we have approval and release of executive session meeting minutes of June 8th, 2022. Can I get a motion to approve those? I'll second. All in favor of approval and release, say aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, that passes. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes of the regular Board of Trustees meeting February 8th, 2023? I'll second. All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, so these are passed. And then last is next month is the annual town meeting. And so we always have to approve that agenda ahead of time. Clerk Tillotson reported that no one in no electors reached out to him to have anything added to the agenda. So it's just the basic agenda from last year. So can I get a motion to approve the annual town meeting agenda for April 11th, 2023 at 7 p.m.?
Second.
Do we get a person to conduct the meeting?
We will need a moderator.
Yeah.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay. Meeting agenda is approved.
Well, I'd like to nominate somebody. I don't nominate myself. Yeah.
No executive session, so next to other business. Next regular meeting, April 11th at 6. That's a Tuesday next month. And then
Change that, right?
following that is the annual town meeting at 7 p.m.
Changing that, right?
It's at 5:45.
Right, stay here.
And I may be about 6.
So that is a Tuesday next month. Nothing else. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second that. All those in favor?
So the moderator person,
So
has to do with it.
Reside.